Hey everybody, bringing you back week 3 of some training. I believe this was November 5th, and you can see there's some equipment back there. So I was relegated to the heavyweight, not the lightweight I'm throwing with today. So hadn't touched heavyweight one turns in, good golly, I have no idea how long. These felt so bad. I have nothing to hide here. The first couple looked pretty rough too. I started finding a groove there. I think I might have taken 8 and then took 2 fulls at the end. You can see, just not getting around. I'm not used to having to start the heavyweight from a static position there in the back. Here, actually, I think I took 5 and 5 maybe. That's actually what I did. I took 5 and 5. So it's now a little bit later than this, so I'm going to have to kind of rack my memory here. But those one turns might be something I kind of work back in. It's been so long since I've done them. I've just always thrown a lot of full throws. If you guys follow my training, at least over the past year, you see it's a lot of full throws. Because it kind of gives me that rolling start. I'm not the biggest, strongest dude in the world to try to start that heavyweight from a static position, but something I think I'm going to keep working in is a little bit of one turns, at least through the off season. Once the season kicks back up, I'll probably get rid of them completely, let's be real. So, at least try to push these in the off season. It'll give me some goals. So, bam! Worked on some broad jumps. They went really good. So this was a Sunday lift, I believe. Sunday, November 5th. That's correct. So start my week off. Obviously, I've been starting with power snatches, and I left them all in here so you can see them, and it gives me some time to talk about what's going on. So just kind of this first block is kind of getting back into some stuff and not knowing how they'd feel. So week 1 took it super conservative with some of the lifts and worked up, and then this was in week 2 kind of progressed a little from there. So week 3 on the power snatches, week 2's top end was 90 kilos, and it felt pretty good. So this day, I went to 90 kilos, and I said, let me do that for all my sets. So it was a 5x5. And I think I put in the beginning of week 4 in this video. Technically, it was really ending week 5, but I kind of combined some days based off of where I'm at, gym, equipment availability, and stuff like that, firehouse or not. So these have been going really well. It's kind of felt good to get back to do this. I think after this kind of block I'm kind of pushing through, I might switch it back up and go to a full snatch and a power clean, because right now I'm doing power snatches and then full cleans. So the blocks are kind of taking the back out of it a little bit, making it a little less taxing on the low back. And I quit deadlifting heavy. If you see, I only do speed deadlifts right now. So my low back, knock on wood, has felt pretty good. Same with doing the front squats. So try to make this day pretty quick. This was actually, that's right, this was the middle of a hunt day. So I went, hunted the morning, came to the gym, smashed this workout really fast. I think I was done in and under an hour. And then went, took a shower at Buddy's house, Levi's house, if you follow me along enough to know who Levi is. Went to Levi's house because he lives right by this gym, showered. He let me shower at his place and then went right back out to the woods. Had a great hunt day today, this Sunday, November 5th. So my little circuit here at the end was inverse curl, and I tried something different with the feet. Felt it more in my hamstrings, which is kind of cool. Leg extensions and some shoulder raises. Now, don't quote me on what day this is at this point, because Monday I did some hunting. So this could be Wednesday by this point. I can't remember all the days set apart. This could be Tuesday or Wednesday. It depends on what I did hunt-wise and work-wise. But this started, and if you watch some of my other videos, this started my challenge for the off-season, which is a no blades light hammer throw and a lightweight for distance one turn. So I do need to use some tacky on my hammers, and right now it is so dry. We're in bad drought conditions. I broke the hammer after 6 throws, so that's why I went and moved on to lightweight. I would have thrown more hammer. Trying out some different stuff, trying no blades. Never done it, so trying it out. And then, like I said, with the heavyweight, trying the one turns. So if you didn't follow the challenge, do these. We're going to test them by December 31st and see how things go. Have a lot of room to improve, I think, on myself. I think I might have mismeasured on the lightweight hammer, but oh well, if I did, I won't have as much improvement, but maybe I can get my consistency up. Light hander, one of them ended up being 100 feet. It did break when it landed 100 feet. And the lightweight, only 62. Now, I went pretty hard, but I didn't absolutely try to kill it. And I took 8 one turns, and then here I took 2 fulls, and I think the second one went 67 with not all out effort. So that kind of felt good. I was a little beat up and tired with getting up early to hunt. So this was definitely Tuesday, actually. I know this was a Tuesday, November 7th. So then after those throws, hit my speed bench workout, and then I just got this chest supported pad, and we're going to try to alter it to move on the rack. But that chest support pad is pretty freaking sweet for some dumbbell chest support rows. I'll probably use a cambered bar at some point too. I believe this is definitely Wednesday. Hit my front squats at the firehouse. They've been going great. So this is 365 right here. Move pretty solid. Pretty happy with hitting that little kind of milestone there. Trying to work back to see if maybe by the new year I can get back to PR level, which would be 405. Obviously, with this left quad being a pretty big issue still. If you watch the leg press coming up here in a minute, you'll get to see more of it missing away. After the heavy front squat drop sets, this is 285, roughly 130 kilos, kind of been slowly up in those, so it's kind of a 3-count eccentric on those. So went up. That first week I did these at the firehouse. I did 1 plate per side. I did 2 plates, so here's 3 plates. You can kind of see this left quad, like the lateral outside part of this left quad. You can see how it kind of looks like it indents there. So I'm sitting my feet really low, have elevated heel shoes on. There's a little lip on the platform too. Really trying to get the knees forward, really trying to load the quad on those leg presses, doing something a little different, kind of controlled pace too, obviously sped up for the video. So that was feeling pretty... The leg press feels all right, doesn't hurt. I'm not obviously going very heavy, and you can kind of see how it's really, that quad is still not back. Now, the next day, I did a bunch of arms and then got a late night workout in. I didn't video the plyos. I did plyos after these throws. So I work sheath. I still don't know what I want to do. I feel like, and I didn't cut these down very much, but it gives me some time to talk about what's going on. Hang on, pause. What cool backdrop. I'm in Station 1 downtown. I mean, look at the lit up city. I mean, could you ask for a cooler backdrop? Kind of nice weather. It was kind of cool, but I was sweating a little bit, obviously, because I was working out. So hit like an arm pump workout before dinner, and then this was obviously nighttime after dinner. Came out, got some more work in, trying to get better. So I hadn't touched a lot of sheath. I'm going to try to keep it in maybe once a week. And if you notice, hitting both hands. So here's my offhand, right hand in the fork. My body finish and position is better than my left, but this is my normal. My normal feels so much more natural. But I'm working on trying to feel what I feel with the right hand in the fork, what I feel with the left hand. So my left hand in the fork is my natural. It's what I've done the entire time I've ever thrown for 13 years. This is how I've thrown. And now switching hands for the first time ever, it's like I can feel my body position. Like I feel my fork side lat. I feel more stable. It could be, I mean, if I watch back the past couple of years, I always kind of fall away from the finish. And so I'm trying to work through that and trying to be more up and vertical through it. So you can kind of watch how my head that's my right side. Here, if I actually do these full throws, watch my head kind of fall off to the backside. You can kind of see it there, lean away from the finish. So it does it, and it used to be not as bad, and it's gotten worse. And I believe that's probably a compensation, trying to find tension because my left leg isn't working. It's thrown me off. My sheath's gotten really bad and kind of inconsistent the past 2 years. Watch here. It still tilts, but nowhere close to as drastic. And so if you watch the head position, watch the upper body position at the finish, it tilts away a little bit. I'm working on it so it's not as bad. And these felt pretty good tonight. Obviously, there's no bar to throw over. So I'm going to have to set the bar back up in the backyard again later in the year. Just working reps right now. I'm not going to worry about it too much. But you'll see here, watch the head. Still does it a little bit, but nowhere close to my normal side here. How I tilt back. And I've watched it, slowed it down, and I kind of got to figure it out. I need to drive off both legs and not shift my weight too far back. And really finishing with my fork front side is kind of where I'm focusing. So a little technique breakdown here is why I left these a little bit longer. I remembered when I was editing it, I was like, no, we'll leave it. Obviously, the finish is inconsistent with the right hand in the fork right now, but it's brand new. Then I hit some 15 winds or 20 winds. This is like a 17-pound hammer, I think. It was like 4 sets. I think it was 4 sets of 15 winds in each direction. So something I've done, and I got to get my heavy hammer back out and do some a little bit heavier winds, 22 pounds. I might go up to 27 and do some winds. Specific strength and just getting good at winding, and not having blades to counter. So This is another day. I think this is a Friday. Went back and threw some more Bladeless hammer. And it's just funny watching my feet move around and kind of laughing at myself. So these I'm throwing down and back, so I don't have as many videos because I figure I don't have blades on. I'll just throw it back the opposite direction. So I don't have as many videos, and some of these are slower than the other ones. Coming back the other way, it's like I almost feel better. But still trying to figure out how to really accelerate them. These, I think the best on this day went 95. And then I went through the lightweight one turns again. So kind of fitting that challenge. I want to hit it once a week. This just happened to be really the first training day after the test. I'm trying to think of what I was thinking on lightweight this day. Oh, lightweight this day was pushing off both feet. So I noticed in my the previous lightweight videos, just kind of out of the back right here, I'm trying to push off both feet, which helps me push a little longer out of the back. But that is what I'm focusing on this day. And then like my last one, I cranked on it as hard as I could. And it went 65.6. So I've already improved 3'6". So take that, losers. And then after this day, making up, getting my speed pulls in. It's a top week of this wave. And now I'll probably shift to, I don't know if I'm going to go more bands or I'm going to switch over to some chains for 3-week wave. But bar weight, 275, 300, 325. So this is 330 just in kilos. Working 10 sets of one every 30 seconds. If you watch the clock in the background, you see I have it set. I'm running every 30 seconds. Do 10 singles. Speeds-wise, they're still moving all right. This is just under 0.8 meters per second. I think I was like 0.72 to 0.8. I had one at 0.8. Most of them were 0.75, 0.74, 0.77 meters per second. Now, this is the last day. This is a Sunday. Back to some med ball throws. So this Sunday, it had rained out, so I wasn't going to throw anything outside and slip and all that. Here, I'm doing kind of a warm-up throw, 10 per side. Feet stay planted, just the torso rotating. And this is a 6-pound med ball. And somebody asked what the wall I'm throwing at. And this has I sped this up. 5 throws here, rotating the back leg a little bit more, or both legs a little bit more, trying to throw at the backside hip. Then I got the radar gun out. Bam, 27 miles an hour, 26, and then 27 on the right side. A little slower on my left side. I'm so much more natural throwing one way over the other, obviously. But this is a good way to measure your med ball throw progression. You can obviously go with like distance, but this is an easy way for us to, in the gym with the little radar gun, measure the speeds and bring some competition in. And it lets me track kind of how am I improving between the different weight med balls. We throw 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 is about what I throw most of the time with those little rotations, maybe some shot put throws back. So like I said, combined 2 days, and this video's almost over. So if you guys have watched this far and you are not subscribed yet, please do. That helps this channel get viewed more. So cut it down. This is kind of a little bit of a deload week. Triples this week, but worked heavier. So go figure. Worked up. I took a little bit of a break before 90, and it kind of threw me off, so I tried to speed things up a little bit. I was talking too much, honestly. But 95 kilos here, and then up to 100, which hadn't touched it in a very long time. Little mentally, little funky to make myself get over that barrier. But they moved all right. Definitely hard. I realize now the load's starting to get a little tougher, really driving through the ground as I got heavier. And then did a down set. I think I was 90 kilos. I said, I'm going to do as many as I can. Get after it, get loud, get rowdy. This was 90 kilos for 8. So just trying to build confidence and just learn to go. Learn to flip the switch and just freaking work when it counts. Then we switched to cleans. Whew. Got off. Forgot I'm supposed to be doing full cleans and did powers. Powers, they were feeling, okay. And they're out of order. So worked up, that was 130. Worked up to 140 kilos for a power clean, which is, I was a little wide with my stance. I was 135, hit 140 here. And then you can see that legs get a little wider than I'd like. That's why I shook my head there. And then literally realized, oh man, I was supposed to do full cleans. So happy to hit 140 without doing much of that. Obviously I did a lot of power cleans before I started this block, but jumped down to 115 thinking, this will be fine. That set felt terrible. This one didn't feel as bad, and then I started hitting the groove. This guy was jumping 10 kilos, so hit 135 with the goal of 5 kilos more than last one. That one said, okay, I've got 145. Boom, here it is, pumped, smoked that one. Smoked 145, that felt great. And here's that one that was out of order. No, actually, this is the last set. This might be the end of the video. I can't remember, but this is 125 kilos. I said, once again, let's go get it. And they got a little sloppy towards the very end. Not too bad, but this is 125 kilos, 275 pounds for a set of 6. I've definitely never, ever, ever done that. So pushing myself in a couple different realms in terms of progress, but this is the end of week 3 / the start, if you count the snatches, of week 4 of my off season. A little bit more throwing planned this next week, still hunting my butt off. So a ton of hunts mixed in, not a lot of sleep, working through it. But thank you guys. If you've watched this far, we'll see you next week.